In this video, I'm going to show you guys how this protocol is coming back from the grave and how I am expecting to make insane gains in the upcoming month as soon as this project gets back above peg. Hey, what is up everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another one of my videos. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at Ames DeFi and more specifically looking at the peg campaign that they have created, which abolishes the bonding mechanism, which we know is a complete failure in the Tomb Fork system, and what they have done to absolutely innovate the space. Well, I've already made an entire video on Ames DeFi, which I'll link right above, but this video is more going to be an analysis over the charts and specifically looking at why this protocol is on my radar and why I think that there is a huge gains to be made. Well, right off the bat, guys, you can see that this is Ames, which is pegged to 1 BUSD, and we are sitting at 0.76. Now, a lot of you might be saying, wow, that's actually pretty bad. But the fact remains that if you look on the higher time frames, it went as low as 0.26, right? Which is incredibly low for a protocol. And a lot of times people would essentially give up at that point. So the question remains as to why it is coming back to peg. Why do I think it will eventually come back to peg? And what are the potential price points that we can be looking at to be A, taking profits, and B, being in this protocol as a reliable means? Because honestly, guys, if there is a protocol that does come back from 0.26 all the way to peg, or even where it is now, which is 3x from its bottom, that says a lot about the protocol. So let's look at one of the most innovative things that I have personally seen in a Tomb Fork, namely the peg campaign. Well, as you guys can see, the peg campaign was created, and as Nice Person told me, Nice Person being the founder and one of the core team members of Ames and Alto, what they told me is that they recognize that the bonding mechanism that Tomb Forks generally have, so the bonds, buying bonds and redeem it when it goes above 1.01, is really faulty because a lot of people would not be willing to buy bonds. Because of the fact that when you buy bonds, there is no way that you can essentially either trade them in, cash them in, or anything unless and until the peg is obtained. So you're kind of in a hostage situation. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, even though I support a lot of these protocols, I never buy the bonds just because of the fact that once you buy a bond, you're kind of helpless. You have to wait until the protocol comes back, and if it doesn't come back, you're essentially playing yourself, right? You're essentially not going to get any of your money back. Now, we saw this happen with a lot of protocols, such as even Tomb Finance itself, where they had the bonds and people weren't willing to buy it back. Now, what is the peg campaign pool? Well, as you can see here, what happens is when you will deposit BUSD here, and you'll get paid in Ashares and Alto rewards. And this is extremely important because look, guys, the daily rewards you're still getting from this protocol is very degen. It's very good. 600% yearly APR, which is absolutely insane, and it comes up to 1.68% every single day, which is paid out in Alto and Ashares. So the question comes to, what do you have to do? Well, the first thing you do is you're going to deposit BUSD here, and what the protocol does is it uses that money to essentially put buy pressure on Ames and furthermore create LP. Now, you can also withdraw this, unlike bonds where you can't withdraw anything at all. However, there is a scaling TWAP withdrawal fee. So as you can see here, there's a scaling withdrawal fee based on the TWAP. The further away from 1.01 TWAP, the larger the withdrawal fee. So for example, we're at in the 0.7 to the 0.8 range. That's why the withdrawal fee is 30%. As soon as this comes back, or if it goes back to where it was yesterday, for example, which was 0.8, as you guys can see, we almost got to 0.9 as well before there was a swing trading bot that sold. But once it does come back up to above 0.8, this will come down to 20%. Similarly, when it goes to 0.9, this will come back to 10%. And lastly, when it is above peg, you will have no withdrawal fees and you'll be able to withdraw your entire deposited amount, mind you, while earning this daily APR. And they'll give you automatic LP. They'll give you BUSD and Ames LP, which you can then take and put directly into the farm to earn a substantially higher amount of money. So what do we understand now? Well, first of all, you deposit here. Your money gets converted into buy pressure for Ames, which helps it bring it back to Peg, which is essentially what bonds intends to do. But at the same time, you don't have to be concerned about your money doing absolutely nothing, because you're earning 1 to 2% every single day. It's absolutely insane. And at the same time, you don't need to worry about taking your money out, because you know eventually this protocol is doing its work to regain Peg, not only by this mechanism, but also because of the fact that they have their own auto compounders as well. They have their own vaults, and you guys already know I'm in the vault myself. What the vaults essentially do is they add that extra layer of buy pressure that we see constantly going on on the charts, and that's because you are earning a share. But what the auto compounders are doing, they're selling the a share for Ames, adding another layer of buy pressure. So in my opinion, with all these mechanisms in place, and with more eyes coming in, as I do know they are going to push marketing like there is no tomorrow, this protocol is going to climb up to that 0.9 to that $1 range. And you guys already know, as someone that personally is into the game theory of tomb forks, I always like looking at the share price as well. And if you guys actually have a look at Ashares, you can see that over the past few days, this has been blowing up. We went from the bottom of $6 going up all the way above $31 at one point, which is a 500% gain, and currently sitting around that $23, which in my opinion is very cheap, because I personally have even traded a share and bought a share at the $70 range. Now, of course, over the days there has been more a share that has come into circulation, and as such, I personally do think that the potential for this token is more in the $50 range. Once we get above Peg, I think $40 to $50 is pretty reasonable of a price expectation. Now, I do want to mention, of course, as I do in every single one of my videos, that none of the information in this video is financial advice, and that you should always do your own research. Make sure you guys understand how this game is worked, and if you don't know, and if you are confused as to how you're meant to be playing this, I suggest you join our Discord, where I'm always willing to talk, and I'm always active, or I try to be to the best of my ability to answer everybody's questions. And of course, there's a lot of intellectual people in this chat. We're all like-minded people, so I suggest you guys join. And at the same time, in the point of the Discord, you guys should also join the Ames Discord, which I will have linked down below, and you can see all the bots on the right side. And the best thing is that they have a very strong community. And as I mentioned, Nice Person, he is always active. So if you have any questions, leave them in the chat and people will help you get to it. Now, because of the fact that I am somebody that does only promote protocols and stuff on my videos that I do invest in, I do want to say, of course, for example, you guys have seen I have been in the auto compounder. On top of that, I do still have my A share that is chilling here. I'm not concerned about it, because I do think the price is going to pump a lot. And at the same time, I am more than happy to deposit some funds here, because listen, you're getting 1.68% every single day. Right? So for example, I'm gonna put in $500 right now. I'll probably put on more after, just because of the fact that I think that this is a good time to get in, because we did have a little bit of dip, and as such, I think it's very smart to essentially look at these protocols that are intending to be here for more of the long term. And that's something I personally do appreciate about Nice Person. They're not here to give up. They are introducing a lot more things as well in the near future, which I suggest you guys look. As you can see, my deposit is successful, and I've already started earning my 1.67% every single day. So what I suggest you guys do is definitely hop on to their Discord, look at their website, and see the information and see this Peg campaign pool, because this is something I have never seen in any other protocol. Something that I think is very useful to a tomb fork, something that is very necessary, so that people can deposit money, and still earn good APRs while helping the protocol regain peg, right? And you guys can see right here, my $250 has been applied to the buy pressure, and that's how beautiful this coding is. These guys know their shit, right? So anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you think about the peg campaign pool down in the comments below. I hope you guys have an amazing end of the week, and as always, guys, let's get that bag. Peace.